And right now at 6, lawyers representing some of the former Memphis police officers charged in the death of Tyre Nichols arguing in court today they want their trials separated from the rest. Our Kevin McNamara is live downtown now with the latest. Kevin, as I understand it, no decision today, but some interesting arguments before the judge.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Richard. There was no decision reached, and we're talking about a motion to sever. That is to say, separate out each of those trials individually, because right now all 5 of the former Memphis police officers charged in the death of Tyre Nichols are being tried together right now. Now, the attorneys for 3 of the 5 specifically wanted to separate it out. Those were the lawyers for Tadarius Bean, Desmond Mills, and Justin Smith. So there's a lot going on today here in front of the court, although, as you said, no decision was reached.
The attorney representing Tadarius Bean on Friday pointed to the high complexity of the case in asking for his client to have his own trial, including the number of charges, defendants, and locations, and saying Bean, who arrived on the scene later, had lesser culpability. But it was one moment where he alleged drug use by Nichols that sparked emotion from his family present in the courtroom.
We see the magic mushrooms, hallucinogens. We know the fact that he had a number of substances in his system, and we also know
the state's attorneys weren't buying those arguments, saying there was only one relevant location, one event in question, with all 5 men wearing the same uniform caught on camera at the same time. And it would be a wise use of resources for the state to have the trial together.
This isn't really that different from many, many other cases where there are multiple defendants tried together, and it's particularly appropriate where all of the defendants were at the same scene at the same time, involved in the same incident.
The judge in this case, James Jones Jr., noted that he didn't believe the case was all that complicated, and even said that the presence of the other officers at trial might help the defendants show a relative lack of culpability.
But it seems not all that complex when you explain it. What is the ultimate question is what would make it not possible for Mr. Bean to receive a fair trial?
Ultimately, no decision was reached on whether to approve the severance on Friday. That will have to wait until next month.
Now, that decision is going to be reached on whether to sever the trials or not on October the 5th. And following that, on November the 6th, they're going to be getting together again to set a trial date. That's not when the trial will be beginning, but on November 6th, they will get together to set a trial date. So a lot to follow here on ABC 24, and we'll do that for you. For now, live downtown, Kevin McNamara, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Now, legal experts we spoke with say it's unlikely those officers will all get their own trials. But if they do, there are several factors that could lead to different decisions from different juries.
A jury on one day will do something different than a jury on another day. And if you sever all of these men, then you could have all kinds of wildly inconsistent results. Someone may get a not guilty. Someone may be found guilty of what's called a lesser included offense, meaning if you're charged with first degree, you might end up with a voluntary homicide charge. And so that's one of the big things the court will look at, and it's a great perspective. There might be a mistrial in one. Who knows? So there's a lot of peril for the court and for the justice system with the severance.
Wells says cases like this could take up to 2 weeks, not including jury deliberation.